Hey guys, before anything else, disclaimer, this is not a well-planned video. This is a planned video, but not a well-planned video. I didn't put out notes and anything. I didn't make a script or anything. So this is just a blabber video, but it talks about my thoughts about this monitor here, which is the Portkeys pt5. So yeah, setting that aside, so whatever things that I might be saying wrong, it's for the moment. So I might be wrong with everything I say, but that's just it. I'll reiterate or I'll fix it in future posts if I make a mistake. But anyway, this is just an impromptu video about my thoughts for this pt5, which is the Portkeys pt5 2. It's an LCD screen, which is so tiny, so handy. It's cheap, not that really cheap, but it's cheaper than the other monitors out there. And this one here goes around 4K 30, and it's only let me see, it's only 500 nit. It's a 1080p screen, but it can do 4K 30 input, so it'll try to emulate that. But it can't if you're gonna plug in around 4K 50 or 4K 60. It's gonna stutter. It's gonna scale it down to 4K 30. So if you're shooting on high frame rates on 4K, and this is not gonna be the best monitor for you. Also, I like the size. It's so tiny, but yeah, I have a lot of cons and I have a lot of pros for this one also. So once you purchase this will be inside a case, which has two HDMI cables. So it has the one for the micro HDMI and also the regular HDMI for all, and it has a pass-through, so you can see a lot of videos online. If you want to do if you want to check out a more detailed review or thoughts about this this one here, you can just go look for a video. But this is just a quick review or first impression thoughts and everything. Yeah, so I like this monitor because it's so tiny. It's so handy. You can just put it in your bag. It's a 5-inch monitor. It's really so small. Like if you compare it to my phone, it's almost the same as my iPhone 14. It's even, yeah, it's almost the same as my iPhone 14 Pro, which is, yeah, that. So it's so handy. It's so light. And the good thing about this one also is that it has an input for 7 to 24 volts here. Yeah. So it has an input for that, so you can use that one, and it also has a USB type A here, because you can put in LUTs for viewing. So just like any other monitors out there in market, what I really like about this monitor here is that you can use a Canon battery like this, the LP E6. Unfortunately, I'm not shooting in Canon anymore, but I have old batteries, so you can just put it in here, and there you go. So it lasts quite a good time, and also you can use where should we put it? Hold on, I'll look for it. Okay, found it. Yeah, so I use the Sony LPF batteries for all my screens. I have a Ninja 5 and I have a small HG Focus. You can use it with this one here, and you can use this tiny 550 battery. Slide it in here. It makes it so slim and tiny, and yeah, this one would last you like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and yeah, it's so tiny, it's so light. If you want to carry a small screen that you can use around, and this is a very good one. You can also use this one here. This is the Canon LP6 battery for Canon cameras. Unfortunately, I don't use Canon anymore. I used to, but not anymore. You can use it on this screen here. Slide it there, and makes it so tiny and so versatile. So yeah, this one would last around 30 to 40 minutes also, basing from my non-scientific test. But yeah, it works good. It's so light, you just slide it in your bag. It's not heavy. It comes with this mount here. So those are the good things about this screen. So if you need a screen right away, like if you're out in the field and you're just carrying a small bag, you can use this one here, and you don't have to worry about it, because it's not the heavy ones which you're afraid that it might break it. And it doesn't cost that much. To other people it does, but it doesn't cost that much, and yeah, it's a value monitor. The cons for this monitor, to go straight to the point, is that this monitor only goes around 500 nits. So it's not that bright. If you're shooting outdoors, it's not that bright. You might not like it. You may hate it or everything. And at the same time also, this would come with a hood. So you can just snap in a plastic mount here on the sides and then put a hood. So that could combat the 500 nits. But other than that, yeah, I've used it on the field while shooting a wedding. I didn't like it because it's not so bright, but it still works, but it's not so bright. Okay, I just choked on my saliva because I'm not used to talking in front of the video like this anymore. Anyway, go back. So yeah, so one of the things is that, yeah, it's not that bright. It's 500 nits. So if you're using it outdoors, it may be annoying. But if you're using it on your studio, you can use this one here. So yeah, if you don't need that much light, if everything's not that bright, if you're just shooting on a budget and you just want to film in your room, so this one is good. But if you're particular with the nits, this is 500 nits. If you get the old small HD focus, it's 800 nits. If you get the Ninja, it's 1000 nits. So use that with a grain of salt. Another one also is that this one here is so shiny. Like if you shoot outdoors, or if I just shoot indoors, it's so shiny, and you can see the thumbprints there. It's the glass is not like the ones used in iPhones, which some of them would protect it from fingerprints. Some screens are good with fingerprints. This one here, it's really crappy. You can see the fingerprints. The oil sticks in here. If you're shooting and you hate oil, yeah, it's gonna look bad. So that's one of the things that I hate about it. I used it again while shooting a wedding outdoors, and I tried to tap it, and then the thing is, yeah, you can see your fingerprints, so it's crappy. You're gonna hate that. So in saying that, I hate the thumbprints, but what I did to fix that issue out is I bought a matte screen from eBay, and they do this special cut, so you can see it's not that shiny anymore. Yeah, it's a bit dusty, but yeah, you can't see any fingerprints on it, so it looks good. So that's the only way to fix it, I think. Yeah, so that's what I did. So just in case if you have it already and you're trying to fix that one, yeah, just buy a matte screen. Just make sure you choose matte. It's gonna diminish the sharpness of the screen, but either way, it's gonna work. Like, it's not gonna have fingerprints, and you would see things here. Yeah. Okay, one other thing that I didn't like about this screen is that, as you can see here, it's not that bright, so it's dim. And when you tap things out, yeah, things change right away. Like, you see that. I don't know what I did. So you can see closely, like you can easily tap it, and there's no way to lock it. It's just it. So yeah, you can just maybe fiddle some stuff here. So while you're shooting and you're on the field, you're shooting, and you suddenly just touch something, and it just changes stuff. There's no way to lock it. So I'm a bit annoyed with that one. I want to lock this thing whenever I wanted to. Yeah, that's happening. So yeah, I really hate that you can just knock things out here and you can just change the settings anytime. Like having this black and white screen right now, I did it in error. I kind of like the color of black and white. I'm gonna try to do black and white videos then. But either way, yes, that's it. So yeah, if you have this monitor here, you would know what the issues I've been facing. But other than that, you can always find a fix. Oh yeah, I was just wrapping up this video here, and I just realized that this monitor just shut off. I think it was so hot, or I don't know if it was a battery thing. But if this thing overheats, it could be one of the cons. But I'm not sure because I can't confirm that. So I'm just gonna put that as a maybe. Yeah, if it overheats, it's just shut off. But yeah, that's it.